Well, this wet summer means we have a lot of green grass growing across the state. So, John, what does this abundance of fuel mean for wildfire?
Well, you know, we're set up where if things get really dry this winter, we could have some really good wildfires. Good in not the sense that they're going to be good impact on the land, but they could get large and could get big real quick. Just because we had this summer has been really wet. We've grown a lot of fuel. You can see that where we're standing at right here. And this was actually burned in June. Again, better than average rainfall on most of the state. So we've had really good production and stuff that's going on. And so being green, there hadn't been a lot of fires. That shouldn't put it off. We should still think, and we should still, every year, we need to think about what do we need to do to manage in case we do get into those situations where we've got a wildfire. Because, you know, when a wildfire's knocking at your door is not the time that you need to be out there trying to figure out what do I need to do to protect my property. The time is now. You know, even in the good years, the time is now.
Last year around this, we didn't have a really wet summer like we did this year, but we did have a really wet August, and there was a lot of green growth that was happening. And then going into the winter, but we also had a really wet winter. So how does that impact wildfire season?
Well, again, I think as we could see it last year, moisture during the dormant season is a big thing that reduces the number of wildfires that we have, also the severity and intensity of those wildfires, because, you know, just a little bit of moisture during that dormant season helps suppress that down or keep it down. Again, it doesn't totally do away with them. We still had wildfires, but you didn't have the big ones that that we hear about during those dry, drouthy conditions.
And it's not just managing, you know, the growth just around landowners' property. It's you know, managing things are, you know, actually at their homes as well, right?
You bet. You know, it's not only just thinking about, well, I need to mow the grass just to keep the grass down. It's things like thinking about, again, we don't want to stack firewood. You know, it's going to be getting time. You know, it's still hot and everything, but that's the farthest thing from people's minds. But getting ready for firewood season and stuff, people with fireplaces, wood burning stoves, don't stack that stuff right next to the house. Stack it away from the house, so in case something does happen, it doesn't do it. You know, and again, keeping stuff mowed down around those areas, grazed down, it's always important to do that. Also think about just where you're parking equipment, things like that. If you got areas that are gravel pads or bare grounds or areas that they want to do that, go ahead and just take the time to move everything over, get it over in areas where you don't have a lot of fuel, so that way if something does happen, you're not worried about fire coming through there and damaging a lot of high dollar equipment that you have sitting around. Again, we've probably had some really good hay production this year due to the moisture, so there's probably an excess in some areas with hay and stuff. And again, the idea is you know, it's a whole lot easier to stack it in one spot and then do that. But think about spreading it out, because we got to remember a lot of times insurance companies will only insure for a certain value for that hay lot, for that hay storage area. So it's best to always put hay in different areas, spread that around, make it easier to do that. You know, kind of the old thing, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
All right, thanks, John. If you have any more questions about the upcoming fire season, go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu.